So Steve and I both watched this. Go ahead, Steve.
Yes, so this is the remake of the Italian Job, the 2003 version with Jason Statham again. So there's all kinds of echoes this week. Echo again. All kinds of stuff going around. So this is the remake. Now, let me begin by making it perfectly clear to all of our English listeners, viewers, and everyone else. This is not in any way, shape, or form a patch on the original. Okay, this cannot lick the boots of the original, just so we're clear. Okay, because guys, you may not know.
It's the only one I've ever seen, but I know the original is revered in the UK.
It is a cultural touchstone in the UK, the Italian Job, and it may not be criticised in any way, shape, or form. So that having got out of the way, I mean, the Secret Service will come through the window and shoot me if I say anything bad about the 1969 original, which I have on 4K as well, and I watched last year and really, really enjoyed it. So this is the remake of that. Very loose remake. It has minis in it. There is some mention of Italy, and Mark Wahlberg has the same name as the lead character in the other one. And there is also about 2 seconds of footage from the original film shown on a TV screen as well.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. Everything else is completely different. The setup, the way it operates, the way it's done is all different. And this is only the second time I've seen it. The first time I saw it, I think, was just after its release in cinemas. I don't think I actually saw it in the cinema. I think I saw it on DVD then, I mean, back in 2003. But having seen that, I remember thinking, it's okay. You know, it was all right. And I mean, it was panned over here, of course, because, again, in contrast to the original, no one was going to like it over here. But so this is the second time seeing it, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite fun. It's inoffensive. It knows what it is. Excuse me, and it's good fun. And zips by. It's a short film as well. It's only just over 90 minutes or so. It's not very long. So it doesn't outstay its welcome. It's got some fun, practical car chases and all that kind of stuff. And so I did enjoy it, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Again, not a patch on the original, but it is good. And so in terms of the home theater experience, so this was in 4K UHD disc. It's only come out here a couple of weeks ago. I think it's been out on disc in the US for quite a bit longer. Yeah. But yeah, so we got it. It's in DTS HD 5.1. And I had read a review that said it's not that great. I'd read a review that says the image quality is a bit hit and miss and the audio's not great either. So I went in with quite low expectations. And those expectations were met and very much exceeded, because I think this is quite decent.
Yes.
And certainly not enough to kind of criticize the disc. I mean, okay, there are some soft shots. Yep, sure. But there is some really detailed stuff as well.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And some of the close-ups look really, really nice. There is, you can see skin pores. You can see, again, makeup on the actors. You can see detail in some of the shots on clothing. And so video-wise, it looks nice. It's some nice natural colors and all that sort of stuff. So I thought it looked good, and it sounded great as well. It really nicely upmixed. There's bits in at the beginning, I'll give it away, but there's sort of underwater sequences where a boat goes overhead, and you can actually hear the thing go right over the top of the screen, which is fun. But sorry, go on, Deej.
No, I'm like, that opening scene, it's like, I wanted to say, like, this is demo worthy. That's how good the sound is. This is put the disc in and let it play for like, it might be 5-10 minutes, because the music at the beginning is so good that you're just, the bass going back, it's like boom, 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 going around over your head, the way it's being upmixed and everything. The bass in the sound, in the opening, and it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not deep like Lucy bass, like boom, it's music bass where boom, 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 boom. The clarity in the music. Just put the disc in, the opening credits, everything that's going on, and listen to the music. But then, like Steve said, in that opening sequence where there's some underwater scenes, Steve, did you know, and this blew me away because I've seen this movie so many times. I really enjoy this movie. I've had this in my wish list on my Kaleidescape. Just one of those things, like, you know, you watch so many things, like, when am I going to get to this on the Kaleidescape? And when I saw you were watching it, I was out and I bought it and I was like, all right, Steve watched it, I'm watching it, and I got it in time. But that opening scene so there's a score going on during this scene. All right. It's a robbery, whatever. It's spoilers. It's the opening scene of The Italian Job. Guess what's going on? A robbery, right? So there's a score going on, but then there's some characters underwater. The score goes underwater. Did you notice that? It's like the sound of the score goes, like the characters underwater are listening, like the score is playing above water and the characters are listening to that score underwater. It's amazing. And then later on, as the scene plays out, the score comes through the water towards the end of it. But listen to that. That blew me away. And then the rest of the movie, I was just like, this isn't, I've never read that somebody said that this was, it's okay, whatever. No, this is awesome. I was in the 4K HDR. There's like some rooftop nighttime scenes, meetings, and the depth, because the black in the shadows on the characters, but then the dark blue night sky behind them, the difference in color just makes them leap off the screen. I was just like, I'm like, I can't believe I waited this long to watch this thing. This is and then the cars and the race scene, the chases, and there's different chases. There's an early one with, it's not a chase scene, your introduction to Charlize, right? And you're like, which kind of blew my mind the entire movie. Her name's Charlize in real life, but then there's a character called Charlie, and I kept thinking they were referring to her. But her opening scene in a car is, you're just like, that scene was cool. But then later on, and like the minis it is basically a mini commercial by the end, and not a pun at all.
Yeah.
But it's, kind of like Twister was the Dodge Ram commercial. This is a mini commercial.
I mean, didn't they kind of have like a shortage of Mini Coopers after this movie came out? Because so many people, you couldn't even get one because
Yeah, I mean, it's a direct homage to the original. Where you've got the 3 original Mini Coopers in it. I mean, if you guys haven't seen the original, by the way, and if you're interested in car chases, then that's one where they were all done for real and with 3 stunt drivers in these cars, and the stuff they did in that's amazing. So if you do, it is worth tracking that down, guys, and seeing that. Because it is, I mean, it's a slice of, cool Britannia, I think they were calling it. It's in 60s, Austin Powers without Austin Powers. And it's very, very cool. It's the kind of stuff they were basing it on. So I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
But this was good. This was good. And I would pick up this disc because it isn't expensive. It's quite cheap, even now. So, I would pick it up. And I'm sure it's even cheaper over there because it's been out longer. So, definitely recommend it.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't come in with low expectations. Kind of like, I don't think you had low, but they were lowered. I knew I loved it and I was blown away. I was like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting it to be this good. I'm like,
so Jordan says in the chat, says, I like the remake to The Italian Job. The original is still far superior though. And I'm not just saying this because I'm British. It is kind of, you have to have it stamped in your passport. I love The Italian Job. If you don't have that in your passport, then you just get arrested at customs.
Thanks for watching this clip from our live stream. If you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button so you can get the alerts on when we go live and when more clips come out. And don't miss out on the audio-only podcast that comes out on Tuesdays called Takeover Tuesdays, where listeners take over the show. I have other guests, and we just chat home theater. You can find it on any podcast streamer that you use. Thanks for watching. Hope to hear from you in the comments. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button.
Hey, Fred.
This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.